Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks, your Tennessee Realtor. I wanted to go over part 2 of the garage that we are wanting to build, the detached garage and all the permitting and things that is entailed in doing that. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. I wanted to go over more in this part 2 of the garage, the detached garage, and what is entailed in getting permits and what you need to do and things like that in our area. Now, I don't know what it is in your area where you may be, but for us, like I said, last week I went ahead and did a building permit. Not only when I got there to do the building permit and have all this stuff, then they need your deed. So I had to go next door, get the deed, bring it back. Then $75 for the building permit, done that. And then, oh, you need this ground disturbance permit. So you got to fill this out. If I was not a realtor, I wouldn't know how to fill out some of the information that it asked you that is on your tax record and stuff. So they would help you there, I'm sure. And they're wonderful people there. I love them to death. So, you just don't know what's entailed until you get into the process too. So then I thought I was almost done. That was going to be 400. Once they say that they've approved our building permit, you come in and you do the ground disturbance permit, which I've already done, but you pay for that when you come back. So then she says, okay, so you need to go to Sumner County Highway Department and do this permit, and it's a driveway connection permit. She says, I know you already have an existing driveway, but they come out and they look at like your storm drains, things like that. Well, that's all going to be good anyway. We know that. A neighbor's already had that done because they've built a building and almost done with it as well. So paid $50 over there. So get going. And in the previous video that I done in part 1, we decided over the weekend, once we really got to looking at it, and my hubby hasn't really been 100% in that area. We thought it would be a great thing, but there's too many negatives to moving it there versus having it on the right side of our home. More negatives outweigh the positives, putting it in the back, lower driveway and going in the back of the home. Cost is probably going to be way higher there than it will to even move our septic lines on the right hand side, but we think we can get all of our utilities, because they're on that side of the house, to that building, where if we had it in the back, we probably wouldn't be able to get all the utilities back there, or it was going to cost a lot more to do that. We would probably need a retaining wall, grading differently, a lot more dirt, and it was going to impact our existing driveway with all that dirt coming and going, which wouldn't be their fault. That's the only way to get over there without going through our septic lines to try to go through there. So it's a process. So now I've talked to environmental, TDEC, Tennessee Department of Environmental and Conservation, environmental department. So you have to get with them before you go back to do your building permit when you need to do a modification on your septic system first, or they'll deny your permit until you do this part. So that was $500 going online, getting all that filled out. Again, there's a lot of info you need to know when you fill it out anyway, and get it to them and get on the books for them to come out and visit the site. So she said we don't need a survey, but I went ahead and called planning again and said, hey, I went in last week. They remembered me. They pulled up my file, and they're going to put that on hold from going ahead and going further with the one in the back, and putting notes in there that we will be in there once we get through environmental. On another note, she said we would need a new survey. So that survey is going to be a plat amendment. I already have a plat amendment that shows all of our alternate areas, which we have 3 or 4 on our property. So there's other alternate areas. She's like, well, it sounds like you got good soil there, and we're told we do. So a plat amendment, you need a surveyor for that. Well, guess what? Surveyors are 4 to 6 weeks up to 6 months behind right now. So until we get that survey where they do the plat amendment, a fresh one, that will hold us up. So trying to find a surveyor today has been something. But I talked to one, sent them the information. They're going to get with me tomorrow to let me know if they have time to do it or want to do it, because they're so backed up. So I have calls into different surveyors. I know all the different surveyors. I know that they're behind or whatever. So I've called new ones too that I've never heard of. So for that, and then, you need to know what size building. We went to look at building one that, a contractor had built on someone's land, and they invited us over there over the weekend to look at their 40 by 60. That's massive, but I don't think we'll ever need any more space after that. We're thinking about putting a lean-to on the one side too, so that'll be extra storage space or, whatever that we could have. But what we have been told, whatever size you want to build, get the biggest one that you can get. Because if you go smaller, you're going to always want bigger, and you should have just done it to begin with. So that's what we're trying to do. So once environmental gets done, then we'll have that. And hopefully the survey in the meantime. And then we can go back to building the planning department and get the building permit started again, and it would be a modification. So the driveway connection, though, they're probably already going to come out and do their thing, which that'll already be done. That's just one thing that'll be done. And then the one that we had picked out for building our garage, he told us this weekend he may not be able to do it. So now we're back to square one of trying to figure all that out. So it has been a process. And then all of our other construction we have going on, that's still not finished. So trying to find contractors that want to show up on time, text you, email you, call you, anything is hard to do these days. But in that process, there are some that are just wonderful, and they do what they say they're going to do. They don't want to be paid until they're done and you're happy, but so many want to be paid upfront money and all of that these days, or they're not going to get started. Well, when you going to get started? So, and are you going to do it right? So a lot's involved in doing it. We've looked at so many different companies for building the building, and there's like a wide range of prices for everybody. But not only building the building, the shell, you the metal's got to be good metal, and they got to know what they're doing. We're gonna do. Right now, what we plan on doing is the 40 by 60 with a either a 10 or 12 foot lean-to, but that we'll have to see where we're putting it, if that'll work good, and we're going to have plenty of space and stuff. We think we will. We've measured it again this weekend ourselves, but trying to figure out all of that. We know what color, we know what size, 16-foot walls, because we need 14-foot doors. Because if you do travel trailers or fifth wheels or motorhomes in the future, you need that clearance for them to fit in that door. So, doing that, and just trying to find who we're going to actually use. But seems like we're going to have enough time now, because all the permitting and stuff that's behind the scenes that you have to do in order to do it is going to hold us up. All of that will hold us up, because we could be getting all the trees removed that we need removed, getting all the dirt done, brought in, and everything excavated and leveled out. We could be doing all that stuff. But we also can't do that without moving our septic on that side. So really, we can't do the dirt stuff until we actually, get to move those septic lines. So, But we can get all the trees down. We may actually just do that already. We know what trees need to be gone. So we may be calling them anyway to go ahead and get the ball rolling on that part. So we can see some progress at least. But I'll let you know if it goes through. The building permit, even after all of this and all the expenses you pay out and all the time you wait, survey being done, all the money you put up for all the permitting and all the stuff, they still could not say that you can build a building. I mean, you never know. We don't see any issues with it. I don't think they will, but I'll keep you posted later on. So just wanted to come on and let y'all know what you have to go through here in Tennessee. And we're in Sumner County on getting permits and stuff. And I understand that's great that they have us do all this to make sure everything gets done right. But I know all the people, and I have seen it. People that do not do any of the permitting, they don't have to pay a dime out for permitting, get any permits done, pull anything. But for us, we like to do things right. And if we ever sold the home, we want to make sure that it's all done right and it's all been permitted too. So we're rule followers and we like to do things the way we're supposed to. So therefore, we pay for that. So it's costly to do that. Then once you do pick out the building though, and you get the ball rolling, you got to do concrete. You have to, figure out your electrical, your plumbing, all of that. So all of that cost and everybody is, your excavating, your dirt brought in, your tree work, all of that, like all of that costs. So, you know, but if you want a building, that's what you go through. Just same thing as if you needed a pool permit to build a pool, get that done, or any other thing, or in addition to your home, things like that. There's a process for it. So ours is going to be held up more because of having to move our septic lines, though. So, but we're okay. Maybe in the middle of summer, we'll be ready, and then I can do a YouTube video to show y'all what it's looking like. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to some of the other things that we're having done to our home. So stay tuned, y'all. But hopefully this has helped y'all today. And if y'all like my content, please hit that subscribe button and like and comment and share with your family and friends. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.